Hello, this is John from Clock Repairs Merseyside again. I just thought I'd do another couple of videos. Right, this is it's made by Hake, I think. It's a American type wall clock, probably made 1920s, I would think. Now we've had to do some extensive case work on it, but again, it hasn't turned out too badly. We lost a bit of the gold leaf in most of the things that was gold leaf in there, but we decided against trying to sort that out. You know, we're always very cautious. We don't like to over restore things. We want it to look like an antique clock, but obviously in good condition. Got a bit of a cold, to be honest with you. Well, I've actually got COVID. Anyway, if we're moving down on that, it's a striking clock. Strikes on like a spring. Not a very nice strike, to be honest with you. Pretty, you know, what I would call agricultural, like I've said about some of the American clocks before. But, you know, works well. It turned out quite well. I mean, I really should have done a video of it when it first came in. You know, it doesn't look like the same clock, really. Well, it does in shape and everything else, but it you know, it's 110 times better now, even if I say so myself. Steve, who works with me, done the case work. He always does do a great job on the case work. Doesn't overdo it. I always say to him, don't want it looking like a toffee apple, you know. You see that sometimes when people restore them. They look, you know, they've got that glaze over them. Looks like a toffee apple to me. Try to get away from all that. If we go over here, this is a Gustav Becker. It's just the clock movements on the wall. And I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, the stands we use. There you hear that gonging now. If you just look at the back there, there's the type of stands they are. Pretty basic, but they really work well. That clock's been working there for a while. As I say, we've got the usual things in. That's a grandfather clock. And we've still got our church clock in. Reason being, I've not been able to get back to the guy because obviously now I've got COVID, so I've got to wait for a while before I go back there. But an interesting thing happened where this clock's concerned. Where I said that it was in like a square box, and I assumed it was to do with, you know, the case, it being taken out of a grandfather clock case and put in a case. Well, anyway, cut a long story short, I went to have a look at, there was like an open day on a church down in Park Road, which is in Liverpool, close to myself. And the church dates from about 1646, I think. Anyway, when I went in there, I spoke to the pastor and I mentioned to him, because I actually assumed the clock came from there originally, because I was told by the guy who I picked this off, Raymond, that it came from there. So I asked him about it. He said, no, can't be our clock. We have a clock. So when he showed me their clock, it was made by Thurston Lascelles or William Lascelles. Now, there's another bit to this story, but I'm not going to sort of go on about it here at this moment in time, but I will share it eventually. But anyway, there on the wall above a post was a square box, very similar to this one. Not the same, this one's more modern, but the similar sort of shape and everything else. And there is a clock movement, dial, everything else made by Thurston Lascelles. Now, my thinking is that this clockmaker Gore would have been in maybe a church over the road, because I asked him, was this a Presbyterian church at one time, and he said, he doesn't think so. Anyway, he said it might have been there was one over the road there which was demolished some time ago. Excuse me. So my thinking is that this guy Gore, because this clock was made about 1766, Thurston Lascelles stuff probably 1750s, maybe around that sort of era, maybe slightly earlier than that. I believe he's probably been in this church, seen this clock and replicated it. And obviously as times went on and the case has been changed, or it's been taken out of the church, they've just put it in a box, what they thought it was in. So that's my take on that. And I was looking forward to actually going back this Saturday, and I was going to do a video of the clock, and I think I'm going to give the guy Les a ring and ask, can I possibly get there one time again and have a look at this clock and you know, take a video of it and do a bit of a talk on that. And apparently Thurston Lascelles' family are buried in the churchyard just there, so I might give that a look. Don't know whether I'll be able to video that, but you know, I'll see. I'll have a look into that and see, can I? I know it's only purely clock interest, and one thing, you know, that's the way it is, but you know, you've got to be a little bit sensitive to these things, haven't you? You can't just go around. So yeah, that's the story. So I was really surprised. I mean, I thought, you know, it's been taken out of a clock case and put in this case, and it probably was a grand case, a big tall case. But to me, I mean, the likeness was unbelievable. It was really unbelievable, the likeness. So I was quite surprised at that. So as I say, I'll share that if I can possibly get that back there. As I say, I wanted to go this Saturday and I wanted to do that, but unfortunately there's no way I'm going to be able to. Yeah, so this is just a short video from John from Clock Repairs Merseyside. Hope you're liking my content. If you possibly could, give me a subscribe and a like. It just encourages me to do more and more. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you.